Windows 10 embraces the desktop. It brings back, it's all about being compatible with all apps. It's all about, interfacing with your computer however you want it to. Kind of the best of Windows 7 and the best of Windows 8. Since there actually were some good things in Windows 8, mostly I think under the hood. Touchscreen friendly, mouse friendly, keyboard friendly. They don't really care how you use it, just as long as you use it. I think the biggest challenge, DirectX 12 is here now officially. That said, there's not a whole lot you can do with DirectX 12 that shows DirectX 12's promise. The biggest thing, though, I think is for Windows Home users, updates are mandatory, or were. Because it wasn't just updates, it wasn't just security updates, it wasn't just Windows updates, it was hardware updates, which I got to talk to some folks from Microsoft a couple of weeks ago, and my immediate reaction was like, can I turn off hardware driver updates? And they were like, maybe in the future. And then literally like 24 hours before Windows 10 launches, there is this massive, I was just in the Tested podcast, which is really, really fun and really, really strange because they use naughty language in it. And so I can't say cluster bean, I'll say, since this is a child-friendly podcast. There's this cluster bean involving the NVIDIA drivers and the Windows 10 drivers for your NVIDIA GPUs fighting. And the end result is a lot of unhappiness for NVIDIA users who are trying to run Windows 10. So, for people who manage large amounts of hardware, this is one of the reasons why, Windows Enterprise has the ability to you get to choose the updates you deal with. But they actually have patched Windows 10 already with a tool that allows you to sort of turn off drivers that are crashing your machine. So it's been interesting. Obviously, I've been running Windows 10 on my primary desktop forever. I really like it. I think for a lot of people, it's funny because what I didn't realize until I was actually talking to Will and Tested today is the way they're rolling out the software is the reason they're staging the release of it is not just because they're trying to get it on a billion machines, which is kind of a fantastic marketing number, but because they are looking at your machine, figuring out what's on it, and then if they know everything on your machine is compatible, then they're giving you the 3 GB download to install Windows 10. And if your machine has hardware with known issues, they are delaying until those repairs are made. So it's a fascinating release. It's a completely different way Microsoft has built this operating system. And it's a really big change for how Microsoft handles things in a lot of ways. I don't know. I like it a lot. I probably wouldn't do what I did, which was immediately installing it. I've been running it on my primary machine for months.
Right.
I'd probably ease my way into it. Although I will say, if you start using Windows 10, you'll probably find it impossible to use a Windows 8 machine.